I've had a lot of slow GPUs over the years. In 2014, it all started with a Optiplex Core 2 Duo system with Intel GMA. Yeah, very powerful, I know. The slowest graphics card I've ever used, but graphics card. But the card I got next was this, the Radeon 3470. Very, very old. The card I got next wasn't too awful. You know, it was faster than this. This is the GT710. 1 gig DDR3, 64-bit. Very, very, very slow. Now, this isn't the card I had back then. I had the 2 gig DDR3 with a fan on it and had a full X16 or X8, I don't remember, PCI slot, but yeah, this is going to be a very slow card, so I'm curious if it'll even start in modern games. But if you want a cheap card that will outperform this in every way possible, it would be this. The Radeon 7570 has 1 gig of GDDR5. The one downside is the drivers are very old and a lot of games aren't really going to support this anymore. But another option, which is what I went to after the 710, is the 1050 Ti. This card isn't too bad. But the card I have now is a 1060, and it can open and run just about anything I need. So let's take out the 1060 and put in the 710, and we'll see how it performs, if it'll even open in modern games. Alrighty, we are in the operating system now, and the card is working just fine. It's yeah, it's gonna be slow. So for the first test, we're gonna try Heaven. Let me get MSI Afterburner up and running. So I did overclock it. I didn't overclock it too much, but this is, you know, as high as I'm gonna go for now, because I wasn't seeing any increase in the frame rate. And yeah, it's really slow. I can't even crack 20 FPS, but to be fair, this monitor is 1920 by 1080, and that's what it's outputting right now. So the fact that it's even achieving a frame rate like this is kind of impressive in its own way. But yeah, with the overclock, it's a lot faster than it is on not overclocked. So here's GTA 5. Here's all the graphics settings I got. Yeah, they're pretty low. So it's not too bad off the bat. Let's try getting into a car and start driving around. And yeah, this is pretty slow so far. I think I'm gonna turn down some more graphics and see if I can get a couple more frames, because this is yeah, the input latency is quite bad. Alright, I've turned down the graphics more. I can turn them down more, but I would have to quit the game. Whoa, yeah, there's some sort of issue going on. Yeah, this is bad. I have plenty of RAM. I have a crazy powerful CPU, 12 cores, 24 threads. So, yeah, this is all the GPU right now. It's kind of holding it together a little bit. It's not the worst I've seen, but this is still, yeah, this is still bad though. Who am I kidding? This is kind of impressive. It's not really getting that hot. but the GPU is completely maxed out. This is as much as it can give, but these graphics are not the lowest, but in the game it's the lowest that I can turn it down. So I'm kind of impressed by this. I'm curious how this car is going to handle the streaming, because it's going to be streaming a lot in a second. Those mountains right there aren't even... Oh my god, they came in so late. And this is the overclocked preset, but it's not really helping us because the PCI Express is so small. It's still going. I'm very impressed by this frame rate. I thought it was going to be like high 30s, low 40s, but that didn't run too bad. Alright, here is Counter-Strike Global Offensive at 720p, absolute, like everything's low. I don't think this is going to end well. I couldn't get MSI Afterburner to work in this, so I got the Steam FPS counter down there. Alright, it made it into game, it did not crash. This frame rate's a little choppy, just a little bit. Input latency is horrible. Like, I might turn it down more just to get some more frames. This isn't too bad. The input latency is really bad. Well, the game opens and runs. That's interesting. Alright, on to the next game. I'm not sure if this is even going to work, but let's try Halo Infinite and see what happens. Oh, yeah, this doesn't have DirectX 12 support, that makes sense. Alright, here's Team Fortress 2 up next. It's going to be an older game, but I'm curious to see how it will play an older game. This is around like high to medium settings. So, let's see how it performs. Alright, here is TF2. It's actually playing at over 100 frames a second, so It's dropping down dramatically. The input latency is very choppy. From the time I click anything to when it happens, it takes a while. And you can see with the MSI Afterburner, since it came back up now. This is pretty playable until it drops. Drops quite a bit. If you were to turn on VSync, I think you'd have a smoother experience with the uncapped frame rate. It can go really high and then it can go really low very quickly. Up next we have Star Wars Battlefront 2 from 2017. Everything on this is as far down as I can go, so.
We have our orders, brothers. Stop the clankers advancing by defending all command posts in this area.
Well, it's almost playable. It's very, very, very choppy though. And I could turn it down more, but then you really would not be able to see anything in front of you. So, but yeah, very surprising the game even opens. Well, I tried to launch Warzone, and yeah, that... Wait a second. It ended up just crashing, so yeah, that's definitely not gonna work. And here's Chrome and YouTube at 1080/60, and it's dropping a lot of frames. So in conclusion, wow. Well, this card can open a lot of stuff, but not all of it is ideal for playing. For older stuff, I think this would be okay. You know, you could play older stuff on this, but if you are interested in this at all, get the GDDR5 version. That version is going to be twice the performance of this, and it probably costs way more, but there are other cards out on the market that can outperform this, so I'd say go on eBay and have a look and compare. I would not advise getting this. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.